Vlogmas, day 15. Even more useless advice. Today, let's talk about insurance. Lots of people don't get insurance or just get the insurance that they have to get. But let's talk about it. Insurance is money you pay in case something really bad happens. You get car insurance. You can't afford whatever your entire car costs. If you have a $20,000 car or a $70,000 car, most likely, if you could afford to pay $20,000 for a car, you wouldn't be making monthly payments. You would just bought the whole car. So, if you wreck your car and you have insurance, then you don't have to spend $20,000 or whatever to get a new car. So insurance is just paying for safety. Same thing with health insurance. You pay whatever a month, and if you get cancer or need a $100,000 operation of some kind, you don't die because you don't have $100,000 saved up. You've paid money, which you may never use, to ensure that you have the big money paid for. So, insurance would be a lot higher if you knew you were going to use it. So don't think that because you never had to use insurance that it was a waste of money. Because if everybody used insurance, then insurance would cost $100,000 to cover the $100,000 in surgeries. The reason I bring this up is because I had purchased disability insurance through my job, even though I never thought that I was going to be disabled. And that was a big help to me. It didn't stop everything bad from happening, but, it delayed it. And if I had done it correctly, it would have kept my life on track. But when I was on disability, I got real depressed to the point where I couldn't do anything and didn't care about anything, and basically thought my life was over, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, disability insurance. If you own a house, homeowner's insurance. Because, believe it or not, these days, if a burglar or a robber or home invader comes into your house and they break their leg or you shoot them or whatever, they break the glass in the window and they cut themselves, they can sue you because they were injured on your property. So as wrong as that is, you really need to have the insurance. And if you can't afford the insurance, then, you really have to consider if you can afford the liability if whatever big cash event comes that you won't be able to afford. Now, all that said, extended warranties and stuff are not good insurance. And I'll tell you not number one, but one of the top really bad insurances is cell phone insurance. So let's just take the iPhone or whatever, Samsung, whatever, S7, whatever the big Samsung is. I don't ever buy the top of the line phones, so I don't know. But say you buy a $600 phone and you pay $7 a month insurance, and say after 20 months you got 4 months left on your contract or whatever, but after 20 months you paid $140 on that insurance for that phone, and you're thinking, well, it's a $600 phone, so it's a good deal. Well, more than likely, unless you bought that phone right at the beginning when it first came out, there's already been two new generations. So if you had like the Samsung S6, the Samsung S7 would come out, and then 12 months after that, the next version would come out as well. So you are now looking at a 2-generation old phone that you've been paying insurance on, $140 of insurance. But when they replace the phone, they don't replace it with a new phone. They replace it with a refurbished phone. So if you go and look at the cost of a 2-generation old refurbished phone, if you're lucky, it's the same amount as the insurance you've paid. And if you're not, then it's actually less. So cell phone insurance just is, it's not a great deal. And it doesn't even come up for me because I always buy $100 phones or whatever. And with the rebates I get, they're usually free or pretty damn close to it. And when I go, if I break it or whatever and I need to replace it, then if I get a refurbished phone and I had a $100 phone to begin with, I could have bought a used phone for the same amount I paid in insurance. So cell phone insurance is just a really bad deal. Health, car insurance, house insurance. If you rent a house or apartment, renter's insurance is good because, maybe the idiot downstairs has if you're in an apartment, starts a fire on the stove or whatever and burns your house down. Or if you rent a regular house, maybe somebody breaks in and steals all your stuff. But yeah, you have to, insurance is a good deal if the premiums are a lot less than what it'll pay out if you take a loss. That's why cell phone insurance is bad, but car insurance is really good. Because if you get in a car wreck, it's not just the car that's replaced. You have to pay medical bills and all that. Anyway, Merry Christmas.